Welcome back, collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating stories in modern numismatics, a story that involves incredible luck, rare errors, and a coin that has made the dreams of countless coin enthusiasts come true: the 1979 no-mint Mark 1-cent coin from the United States, a coin that today can fetch an astonishing $23 million. Imagine holding a small piece of copper in your hand, worth more than most people earn in a lifetime, simply because of the quirks and mistakes that occurred during its production. The 1979 no-mint Mark penny is not just a coin, it's a symbol of rarity, of accidental artistry, and of the unpredictable nature of collecting coins. While most pennies from that year are common and circulate freely in change, this specific variety is among the rarest and most sought after in the world. The story of its creation begins at the United States Mint, where coins are produced in massive quantities with machinery designed to strike perfect pieces. Yet, even in the most controlled environments, mistakes happen, and for collectors, those mistakes can be worth fortunes. The 1979 no-mint Mark penny is particularly intriguing because it showcases several unique errors that have captured the attention of collectors globally. One of the primary reasons this coin is so valuable is the absence of a mint mark. Typically, coins from this period were minted in Philadelphia, which usually did not carry a mint mark, but what makes certain 1979 pennies extraordinary is that some specimens display anomalies in the strike, spacing, and planchet that deviate from standard production. For instance, some coins exhibit off-center strikes, meaning the image of Lincoln on the obverse or the wheat stalks on the reverse are not perfectly aligned with the coin's center. These off-center strikes vary in degree, and the more pronounced the misalignment, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Additionally, there are examples of double die errors on both the obverse and reverse sides, which result in slightly doubled images or lettering. These subtle yet significant anomalies occur when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the manufacturing process, creating the illusion of a shadow around letters or features of Lincoln's bust. To the untrained eye, these variations may seem minor, but to collectors and numismatic experts, they are proof of authenticity and rarity. Moreover, some of these coins also show evidence of die cracks, small fissures in the metal caused by the stress of repeated strikes from a die that has begun to wear down. Die cracks can appear anywhere on the coin, often in unexpected places, and each crack pattern is unique, further enhancing the value of the coin because it makes each specimen distinct. Planchet errors also contribute to the staggering valuation of the 1979 no-mint Mark penny. Occasionally, coins were struck on flawed planchets that might have been improperly prepared, leading to variations in metal composition, thickness, or surface texture. A planchet with improper alloy mixing or a small impurity can make a coin stand out dramatically from its perfectly minted counterparts. Some of these planchets may produce unusual colorations or a more matte finish than normal, which is highly prized among collectors who hunt for coins with distinct visual anomalies. In addition to these physical errors, there is the story of survival and scarcity. While millions of pennies were produced in 1979, only a minuscule fraction exhibit these extraordinary errors, and even fewer have survived in mint or near-mint condition over the decades. Many coins with minor defects were likely lost, melted down, or circulated and damaged beyond recognition, making the remaining specimens exceptionally rare. The combination of extreme rarity, fascinating production errors, and the allure of owning something that could easily be worth more than a house or a luxury car has turned the 1979 no-mint Mark penny into one of the most coveted coins in American numismatics. Imagine the thrill of discovering such a coin in a jar of loose change, or inheriting one from a relative who had no idea of its value. The potential for wealth and historical significance creates a story that captures the imagination of anyone interested in coins, history, or even just the thrill of finding something extraordinarily valuable in the most ordinary of places. Collectors often study these coins meticulously, examining every letter, edge, and design element under magnification to confirm the errors and authenticate the piece. Even slight differences in the alignment of Lincoln's bust, the contour of the wheat stalks, or the spacing of the inscriptions can drastically change the coin's valuation. Beyond the tangible aspects, the 1979 no-mint mark penny also carries with it a sense of mystery and speculation, as numismatists debate how many of these coins exist, how the errors precisely occurred, and which examples might command the highest premiums. Auctions of these coins can reach astronomical figures, as bidders compete not just for ownership but for the prestige and historical significance of holding such a unique artifact. The story of the 1979 penny is also a lesson in the broader context of coin collecting, demonstrating how human error, chance, and preservation over decades can transform something as commonplace as a copper disc into a treasure of immense value. It reminds collectors that every coin has a story, and that extraordinary examples often hide in the most ordinary places. From the off-center strikes to the double die impressions, die cracks, and flawed planchets, each element adds to the coin's mystique and desirability, making it a perfect example of how numismatic errors can create unparalleled value. With its $23 million valuation, the 1979 no-mint mark penny is more than just money. It is history, art, and human error captured in metal. It represents the unpredictable nature of collecting, the excitement of discovery, and the enduring appeal of coins as both currency and collectible artifacts. Enthusiasts, historians, and investors alike are drawn to this coin because it embodies the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and story. Every tiny imperfection tells a narrative of the minting process, of machines and humans interacting in ways that were not planned, and of the journey from mass-produced currency to one of the most valuable and celebrated coins in modern American history. It sparks imagination about what could have been overlooked in a coin jar, what treasures might still be hidden in circulation, and how a single penny can transform lives for those who understand its value. The fascination is not only in its rarity but also in the fact that it challenges our perception of worth, showing that value is not solely in utility but also in uniqueness, historical significance, and the thrill of the find. Collectors often envision the journey of the coin, from its creation in the minting presses, to its potential discovery decades later, untouched in a collection or accidentally passed down through generations. The errors themselves provide endless discussion points. Why did the die shift? How did the planchet defect occur? How many coins were struck incorrectly, and why did only a handful survive in pristine condition? Each question adds layers to the story and fuels the passion of collectors worldwide, making the 1979 no-mint mark penny a coin that is endlessly fascinating and perpetually newsworthy. Its incredible value also drives awareness of numismatics as a field, inspiring both seasoned collectors and newcomers to examine coins carefully, study minting processes, and understand the nuances that can turn ordinary currency into extraordinary collectibles. The coin's $23 million price tag is not just a number, it is a testament to the enduring appeal of rarity, the power of historical errors, and the human fascination with finding treasure in unexpected places. From auctions where bidding wars erupt, to private sales among elite collectors, the 1979 no-mint mark penny is celebrated as one of the pinnacle examples of numismatic era coins, demonstrating the heights of financial and historical value that can be achieved through mistakes and chance. The combination of historical significance, aesthetic anomalies, extreme rarity, and investment potential makes this coin a subject of study, admiration, and excitement. Every collector dreams of the possibility of uncovering such a coin, whether from inherited change, an estate sale, or meticulous hunting through coin rolls. Its errors and unique characteristics have been catalogued and analyzed extensively, yet every new specimen discovered adds fresh insight and excitement to the community. The fascination with the 1979 no-mint mark penny also extends beyond numismatics into popular culture and media, with stories of accidental discoveries and auction records inspiring articles, videos, and discussions that capture the imagination of people who may not even collect coins but are drawn to stories of extraordinary value hidden in everyday objects. Next, 1982 no-mint mark 1-cent coin from the United States, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors around the world due to its incredible rarity, fascinating production anomalies, and mind-blowing value, which can reach an astonishing $19 million in the right market. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that appears ordinary at first glance, a simple copper-plated zinc disc that is typically found in countless jars of loose change, yet hidden within its metal lies a story of rarity, human error, and financial potential that few coins can rival. The 1982 no-mint mark penny is not just another piece of currency. It is a symbol of chance, a collector's dream, and a testament to how seemingly minor mistakes in the minting process can transform ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. To understand the incredible value of this coin, we must first explore the context of its production. The early 1980s were a period of transition at the United States Mint. The 1982 penny, in particular, was part of a major changeover from the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc composition to a more economical 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper-plated steel design, which was implemented mid-year. This changeover introduced numerous production anomalies because the machinery and dies, calibrated for copper planchets, were now handling a different metal mixture, and errors were more likely to occur as a result. The 1982 no-mint mark penny stands out because certain specimens were struck during this transitional phase, making them highly unusual and incredibly scarce. One of the most notable factors contributing to the coin's value is its composition. While most coins in circulation from 1982 are either copper or zinc-based, there are rare examples where the planchet composition was inconsistent, resulting in coins that have unusual weight, color, or surface texture. Collectors prize these anomalies because they offer a glimpse into the complexities of coin production, where even minute deviations can create a collectible masterpiece. In addition to composition anomalies, there are numerous striking errors that make this coin so sought after. Some 1982 no-mint mark pennies exhibit off-center strikes, where Lincoln's bust or the Wheat or Lincoln Memorial reverse design is misaligned, sometimes dramatically so. These off-center strikes can range from slight deviations to nearly half-struck coins, each example significantly increasing the rarity and value. The degree of misalignment is critical. The more severe the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin. Additionally, double die errors are a hallmark of highly valuable 1982 pennies. A double die occurs when the coin die shifts slightly between impressions during the production process, creating a subtle but noticeable doubling of letters, numbers, or design features. On the 1982 no-mint mark penny, collectors have observed doubled lettering on the date, Liberty, and In God We Trust, as well as subtle doubling on Lincoln's profile. To the casual observer, these may appear as minor imperfections, but to collectors and numismatists, they represent a significant rarity factor that can elevate the coin's value to millions of dollars. Another contributing factor to the coin's astronomical value is die cracks and die chips, which occur when the dies used to strike coins develop small fissures or break slightly under the stress of repeated use. These defects leave unique marks on the coin's surface, sometimes resembling scratches, raised lines, or unusual bumps. Each pattern is distinct, making every coin with such anomalies one of a kind. Collectors value these variations not only for their rarity, but also for the story they tell about the minting process and the historical context in which the coin was produced. Planchet errors are also incredibly significant in the case of the 1982 no-mint mark penny. Occasionally, coins were struck on planchets that were flawed or improperly prepared, leading to differences in thickness, metal consistency, or even minor discoloration. Some of these errors result in coins that appear darker, lighter, or even exhibit unusual spotting or streaking on the surface. The presence of such flaws, combined with high-grade preservation, further boosts the value of the coin, turning it from a simple penny into a collector's gem worth millions. Beyond the physical anomalies, scarcity plays a massive role in determining the coin's value. While millions of pennies were produced in 1982, only a tiny fraction display the kinds of errors and unique characteristics that make this coin extraordinary. Most flawed coins were either melted down, lost in circulation, or damaged over time, leaving a minuscule number of pristine or near-pristine examples for collectors today. This extreme rarity, coupled with the coin's historical significance and condition, drives its valuation to unprecedented levels. The allure of the 1982 no-mint mark penny also lies in the story of discovery and preservation. Many of these coins were found by ordinary people in coin rolls, collections, or inherited from family members who had no idea of their hidden value. The idea that a coin sitting unnoticed in a drawer could be worth millions adds an element of excitement and possibility that fuels the imagination of collectors worldwide. Each coin carries with it a narrative, from the minting process to decades of survival, often untouched and preserved in conditions that amplify its desirability. Numismatists study these coins meticulously, examining every aspect under magnification. From the spacing and alignment of the lettering to the subtle differences in Lincoln's profile, every detail is scrutinized to authenticate the coin and identify specific errors. Slight differences in metal composition, surface texture, or die markings can distinguish a $1 million coin from one worth only a few dollars, making the study of the 1982 no-mint mark penny both an art and a science. Auction results and private sales have confirmed the incredible market value of these coins. When a high-grade example surfaces, bidding wars often ensue, with collectors willing to spend millions to secure ownership. Beyond the financial aspect, owning such a coin is a mark of prestige within the numismatic community, signaling that the collector has acquired one of the rarest and most fascinating coins in modern American history. The 1982 no-mint mark penny is not just about money, it is about history, craftsmanship, and the unpredictable nature of coin production. It embodies the convergence of human error, machine imperfection, and the passage of time, transforming what might have been discarded or overlooked into a legendary treasure. Its rarity demonstrates that even in modern times, when millions of coins are minted every year, anomalies and errors can create value that far exceeds the coin's face value, illustrating the timeless appeal of numismatics. The coin also serves as a lesson for collectors and enthusiasts about the importance of careful observation, preservation, and research. Every detail matters: slight discoloration, unusual wear patterns, minor misalignments, and even faint die cracks can drastically influence a coin's desirability and market value. This attention to detail is what separates casual collectors from serious numismatists, and what allows certain coins, like the 1982 no-mint mark penny, to achieve legendary status. Its story has been shared widely in collector communities, online forums, auction catalogs, and YouTube channels, inspiring both seasoned collectors and newcomers to explore the fascinating world of coin errors and rarities. The thrill of potentially discovering such a coin, whether in circulation or in an inherited collection, continues to captivate imaginations and fuel the numismatic market. Additionally, the 1982 no-mint mark penny represents an intersection of history, economics, and art. Each coin tells a story of the United States Mint's operational challenges during the transition from copper to zinc pennies, the meticulous work of the engravers and die makers, and the ways seemingly minor deviations in the production process can result in objects of extraordinary value. This coin serves as a tangible link to the past, preserving a moment in minting history that collectors around the world recognize and revere. The extreme valuation of $19 million also reflects the coin's investment potential. Unlike many assets that fluctuate with economic trends, rare coins with verified provenance and unique anomalies maintain intrinsic historical and collector value. High-profile auctions often make headlines, demonstrating the robust demand for such rare specimens and highlighting the coin's place as both a financial and cultural artifact. The 1982 no-mint mark penny also sparks endless debate and study within the numismatic community. Experts examine why only certain coins exhibit these anomalies, how many might still be undiscovered, and what characteristics define the most valuable specimens. Each new discovery adds to the collective understanding, enhancing the excitement and prestige associated with owning one of these extraordinary coins. Its rarity is compounded by the challenges in authentication, as modern counterfeiters sometimes attempt to replicate errors. Next, 1963 no-mint mark 1-cent coin from the United States, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide due to its extraordinary rarity, unique production anomalies, and an incredible market value that can reach an astonishing $27 million. Picture holding a small, seemingly ordinary copper penny in your hand, worth more than the life savings of most people, simply because of its history, the mistakes made during its creation, and its near impossible scarcity. The 1963 no-mint mark penny is not just another coin, it is a symbol of chance, a window into the complex operations of the U.S. Mint, and a prime example of how small production errors can create life-changing value for collectors who know what to look for. While millions of pennies were struck in 1963, the no-mint mark variety is extremely rare, and only a tiny fraction of them survived in pristine, or near-mint condition. The story of this coin begins at the Philadelphia Mint, where coins were struck in immense quantities. Most pennies produced there carry no mint mark, but what makes certain 1963 pennies extraordinary are the anomalies and errors that occurred during production, elevating them far above their ordinary counterparts. One of the primary reasons this coin is so valuable is the presence of striking errors, which are deviations from the standard minting process. Off-center strikes are particularly notable, where the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse or the wheat stalks on the reverse are misaligned, sometimes dramatically. These off-center strikes vary in degree, and the more pronounced the misalignment, the rarer and more desirable the coin becomes. Some coins are misaligned by a few degrees, while the most extreme examples can be off by nearly half of the coin's diameter, creating a fascinating and visually striking specimen that commands attention and incredible value. Double die errors are another significant contributor to the 1963 no-mint mark penny's worth. During the minting process, if the die shifts slightly between impressions, it can create a doubling effect on the coin's letters, numbers, or design elements. On this penny, collectors have observed doubling on the date, Liberty, and the motto, In God We Trust, as well as subtle doubling on Lincoln's bust. While these errors may seem minor to the casual observer, they are highly prized in the numismatic world because they are both rare and visually distinct, making each coin essentially one of a kind. Die cracks and die chips also play a major role in determining the coin's value. A die crack occurs when the steel die used to strike the coin begins to fracture under repeated use, leaving raised lines or fissures on the coin's surface. Die chips, similarly, occur when small pieces of the die break off, creating unusual raised bumps on the coin. Each crack and chip has a unique pattern, meaning no two coins will look exactly the same, adding to their individuality and collectability. The presence of die cracks or chips not only adds historical interest but also significantly increases the value of the coin, especially in high-grade examples. Planchet errors are another fascinating aspect of the 1963 no-mint mark penny. Occasionally, coins were struck on planchets that were improperly prepared, leading to irregularities in metal composition, thickness, or surface texture. Some planchets may have contained impurities or variations in the copper zinc alloy, resulting in unusual coloration, streaking, or spotting. These subtle imperfections are often nearly impossible to replicate and are highly sought after by serious collectors, who recognize them as evidence of a coin's rarity and authenticity. Scarcity is, of course, a major factor in the 1963 no-mint mark penny's astonishing $27 million valuation. Although millions of pennies were produced in 1963, only a minuscule fraction possessed the combination of high-grade preservation and the unique errors that make this coin so desirable. Many of the coins with minor defects were lost, circulated, or damaged over the decades, leaving an extremely limited number of pristine specimens. This scarcity, combined with the coin's historical significance and condition, drives its market value to unprecedented levels. The story of the 1963 no-mint mark penny is also one of discovery and preservation. Many of these coins have been found in coin rolls, old collections, or inherited from relatives who had no idea of the coin's hidden value. The thought that a coin sitting unnoticed in a jar could be worth millions adds an element of excitement and possibility that has fascinated collectors for decades. Each coin carries a narrative, from its creation in the mint to its survival over decades, often untouched and preserved in conditions that maximize its desirability and value. Numismatists and collectors study these coins meticulously, examining every aspect under magnification. From the spacing and alignment of the lettering to the subtle details of Lincoln's bust, every feature is analyzed to authenticate the coin and identify the specific errors that define its value. Slight differences in weight, composition, or surface texture can drastically alter a coin's desirability, making careful observation and professional grading essential for such high-value specimens. Auctions and private sales of the 1963 no-mint mark penny consistently demonstrate its incredible market value. When an authentic, high-grade example surfaces, it often attracts intense bidding from collectors willing to pay millions to secure ownership. Beyond the financial aspect, owning such a coin carries prestige, signaling to the numismatic community that the collector possesses one of the rarest and most historically significant pennies ever produced in the United States. The coin is not only valuable in monetary terms but also serves as a tangible connection to history. It represents the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint, the challenges of producing coins in large quantities while maintaining quality, and the fascinating role of human and mechanical error in creating objects of immense rarity. Each anomaly on the coin, off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, die chips, and planchet imperfections, tells a story of production and survival that collectors find irresistible. The 1963 no-mint mark penny is also a testament to the enduring appeal of coin collecting as a hobby and investment. Unlike many assets that fluctuate with economic trends, rare coins with documented provenance and unique anomalies maintain intrinsic historical and collector value. High-profile auctions make headlines, drawing attention to the remarkable world of numismatics and inspiring both seasoned collectors and newcomers to appreciate the potential of seemingly ordinary coins to achieve extraordinary worth. Its rarity has fueled endless study and discussion within the numismatic community. Experts debate how many of these coins exist, how the errors occurred, and which examples represent the pinnacle of value. Each new discovery adds to the collective understanding of this remarkable coin, increasing its mystique and making every auction or sale an event of considerable excitement. Authentication is critical, as counterfeiters sometimes attempt to replicate errors to capitalize on the coin's fame and value. Professional grading and verification by trusted third-party services provide collectors with confidence in the coin's authenticity, ensuring that genuine specimens are recognized and valued appropriately. Beyond monetary considerations, the 1963 no-mint mark penny captivates collectors for its historical significance and artistry. Each coin embodies the intersection of human oversight and industrial precision, transforming what might have been a minor minting mistake into a priceless collectible. From the minute doubling of letters to dramatic off-center strikes, every imperfection contributes to the coin's narrative, turning an ordinary penny into a legendary piece of numismatic history. The coin's high value and legendary status also inspire careful preservation and study. Collectors often invest in protective holders, specialized storage, and environmental controls to ensure that the coin remains in pristine condition, further emphasizing the importance of preservation in maintaining and increasing its value. The 1963 no-mint mark penny story serves as a reminder of the unpredictability of coin production and the extraordinary value that can result from rare errors. It exemplifies how ordinary objects, when combined with rarity, historical significance, and meticulous preservation, can achieve legendary status in the collector world. From its creation in the minting presses to discovery decades later, the coin's journey embodies the thrill of numismatics and the excitement of uncovering hidden treasure. Collectors, historians, and enthusiasts are captivated not only by its monetary value but also by the story it tells about production processes, chance, and survival. The combination of off-center strikes, double die errors, die cracks, die chips, planchet anomalies, and extreme rarity makes the 1963 no-mint mark penny an unparalleled example of coin collecting at its finest. Its $27 million valuation is a reflection not only of scarcity but also of historical importance, craftsmanship, and the fascination that such a remarkable coin inspires in collectors worldwide. Next, 1982 mint mark D1-cent coin from the United States, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide due to its extraordinary rarity, unique production anomalies, and an astonishing market value that can reach $17 million. Imagine holding a small, seemingly ordinary copper-plated zinc penny in your hand, worth more than the annual salary of most people, simply because of the combination of minting errors, scarcity, and historical significance that make it a true collector's gem. The 1982 mint-marked penny is not just a piece of currency. It is a story of chance, a symbol of the intricate operations at the U.S. Mint, and a reminder of how small mistakes in the production process can create life-changing value for those who recognize them. While millions of pennies were minted in 1982, only a tiny fraction of them carried the specific errors and characteristics that elevate this coin to such an extraordinary valuation. The story begins at the Denver Mint, represented by the D Mint mark on the coin, where coins are produced in enormous quantities with machinery designed to strike perfect coins. Yet, even in such controlled conditions, mistakes happen, and some of those mistakes have turned ordinary pennies into objects worth millions. One of the primary factors that make the 1982 mint-marked penny so valuable is the transition in metal composition that occurred that year. Prior to 1982, pennies were made primarily of copper, with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. In 1982, the mint began producing pennies using a new composition, a 97.5% zinc core plated with 2.5% copper. This change was driven by the rising cost of copper, but it also created a unique window for production anomalies. During the transition, pennies were struck on both the old copper planchets and the new copper-plated zinc planchets, sometimes even mixing compositions in ways that were not fully standardized. This transition resulted in certain coins with unusual characteristics that are highly prized by collectors, particularly the mint-marked varieties, where subtle differences in strike, weight, and composition can create coins of extraordinary rarity. Among the most notable errors that contribute to the value of the 1982 mint-marked penny are off-center strikes. These occur when the coin is not perfectly aligned with the die during striking, causing Lincoln's bust on the obverse or the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse to be partially cut off or misaligned. The degree of misalignment varies, and the more extreme the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Some coins are misaligned just slightly, producing a subtle but noticeable error, while the most dramatic examples are strikingly off-center, sometimes with nearly half the design missing, creating a visually stunning and highly collectible piece. Double die errors also play a significant role in the valuation of the 1982 mint-marked penny. A double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, creating a shadow effect on the letters, numbers, or design elements. On these pennies, collectors have identified doubling on the date, the word "Liberty in God We Trust," and even subtle doubling on Lincoln's bust. While these errors may seem minor to the untrained eye, they are highly prized in the numismatic community because each one is unique and represents a tangible result of human and mechanical processes during coin production. Die cracks and die chips are additional factors that increase the coin's value. A die crack occurs when the steel die fractures under repeated use, leaving raised lines or fissures on the coin's surface. Die chips occur when pieces of the die break off, creating small bumps or irregularities on the coin. Each pattern is distinct, making every coin with these features unique. Collectors prize these anomalies not only for their rarity but also for the story they tell about the minting process and the historical context in which the coin was produced. Planchet errors also contribute to the 1982 mint-marked penny's extraordinary value. Sometimes coins were struck on planchets that were improperly prepared, resulting in variations in thickness, metal composition, or surface texture. Some planchets contained impurities or inconsistencies in the zinc-copper layers, producing coins with unusual colorations, streaking, or spotting. These anomalies are rare, difficult to replicate, and highly sought after by serious collectors who value them as evidence of a coin's authenticity and uniqueness. Scarcity is another critical element in determining the $17 million valuation of this coin. While millions of pennies were produced at the Denver Mint in 1982, only a tiny fraction exhibit the combination of errors, transitional metal composition, and high-grade preservation that make the mint-marked penny so desirable. Many coins with minor flaws were either lost in circulation, damaged over time, or melted down, leaving a minuscule number of pristine specimens for collectors to pursue. The thrill of finding one of these coins, whether in a jar of loose change, an inherited collection, or a coin roll hunt, adds to the mystique and excitement surrounding this legendary coin. Numismatists and collectors study these coins with great care, examining every detail under magnification. From the spacing and alignment of letters to subtle differences in Lincoln's profile, every feature is scrutinized to authenticate the coin and assess its market value. Slight differences in weight, thickness, color, or strike can significantly impact the coin's desirability, making professional grading and certification essential for high-value specimens. Auctions and private sales of the 1982 mint Mark D. penny frequently generate incredible interest, with collectors willing to spend millions to secure ownership. Beyond financial value, owning one of these coins carries prestige in the numismatic community, symbolizing that the collector possesses one of the rarest and most historically significant pennies of modern American history. Beyond the monetary aspect, the coin serves as a tangible connection to the history of the U.S. Mint, the complexities of coin production, and the impact of human and machine error. Each anomaly, off-center strikes, double die errors, die cracks, die chips, and planchet imperfections, tells a story about how even minor deviations during production can create objects of extraordinary rarity and value. The 1982 mint Mark D. penny is also a lesson in careful observation and preservation. Serious collectors understand that maintaining a coin in pristine condition dramatically increases its value and desirability. This includes using protective holders, controlled storage conditions, and careful handling to ensure that every detail is preserved for posterity. Its story also highlights the intersection of history, economics, and artistry. Each coin captures a moment in time, the transition from copper to copper-plated zinc, the challenges of mass production, and the unpredictable outcomes that resulted in coins of extraordinary rarity. The anomalies and unique characteristics of this coin make it a tangible representation of the minting process, offering collectors a direct link to the history of American coinage. Additionally, the 1982 mint Mark D. penny demonstrates the investment potential of rare coins. Unlike many other assets, coins with documented provenance, high-grade preservation, and unique anomalies maintain intrinsic collector and historical value. Auction records and private sales reinforce the demand for these rare specimens, making them highly sought after by investors, collectors, and enthusiasts alike. The coin also sparks considerable discussion within the numismatic community. Experts analyze why certain coins display errors, how many might still exist, and which examples represent the pinnacle of quality and rarity. Each newly discovered specimen adds to the collective knowledge and excitement surrounding this coin, increasing its allure and market value. Authentication is critical for coins of this magnitude. Counterfeiting and unauthorized alterations can occur, making verification by reputable third-party grading services essential. Such services ensure that buyers have confidence in the authenticity, condition, and value of the coin. Beyond monetary considerations, the 1982 mint Mark D. penny captivates collectors for its historical significance and aesthetic appeal. The coin demonstrates how the intersection of human oversight and industrial precision can transform a minor production mistake into a legendary collectible. From subtle doubling on the letters to dramatic off-center strikes, every imperfection adds to the coin's story and makes it an object of fascination for numismatists around the world. The coin's legendary status encourages careful study and preservation, emphasizing the importance of protecting high-grade specimens for future generations. Collectors often invest in specialized holders, storage, and controlled environments to ensure that these coins remain pristine, preserving both historical and monetary value. Next, 1980 mint Mark D. 1-cent coin from the United States, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide because of its incredible rarity, fascinating production errors, and an astounding market value that can reach $18 million. Imagine holding a small, seemingly ordinary penny in your hand, worth more than the annual income of most people, simply because of its unique characteristics, production anomalies, and extreme scarcity. The 1980 mint Mark D. penny is not just a coin, it is a symbol of chance, a testament to the complexity of coin production at the U.S. Mint, and a prime example of how minor mistakes during manufacturing can transform everyday currency into a treasure of immense value. While millions of pennies were struck in 1980, only a select few carried the specific errors and traits that make this Mint Mark D coin extraordinarily valuable. Its story begins at the Denver Mint, represented by the D Mint mark on the coin, where coins were produced in enormous quantities using high-speed presses designed to strike flawless coins. Yet, even in the most controlled minting environments, human and mechanical errors occur, and it is precisely these mistakes that have created coins of legendary rarity. One of the primary reasons this coin commands such incredible value is the presence of striking errors. Off-center strikes are particularly notable, occurring when the coin is not perfectly aligned with the die during production. This misalignment can cause Lincoln's profile on the obverse or the wheat stalks or Lincoln Memorial on the reverse to be partially cut off, creating visually striking anomalies. The degree of off-center striking varies widely. Some coins are slightly misaligned, while the most extreme examples can be off by almost half the diameter of the coin, producing a remarkable specimen that is highly sought after by collectors. Double die errors are another crucial factor in determining the 1980 Mint Mark D penny's worth. These occur when the die shifts slightly between impressions, causing a shadowing effect on letters, numbers, or other design elements. Collectors have observed doubling on the date, the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, and even subtle doubling on Lincoln's bust. Though these errors may appear minor to the casual observer, they are highly prized in numismatics because each double die coin is essentially one of a kind, representing the intersection of human oversight and mechanical precision during minting. Die cracks and die chips are additional anomalies that add value to this coin. A die crack occurs when the steel die used to strike the coin begins to fracture under repeated pressure, leaving raised lines or fissures on the coin's surface. Die chips, on the other hand, occur when small fragments of the die break off, resulting in unusual bumps or irregularities on the coin. Each crack or chip pattern is unique, making every coin with these features distinctive. Collectors prize these characteristics not only for their rarity but also for the story they tell about the minting process and the challenges involved in producing millions of coins without errors. Planchet errors also play a significant role in the 1980 Mint Mark D penny's extraordinary value. Occasionally, coins were struck on planchets that were improperly prepared, resulting in variations in thickness, composition, or surface quality. Some planchets contained impurities, variations in copper or zinc content, or irregularities in the copper plating, producing coins with unusual color, streaking, or surface blemishes. These anomalies are highly sought after because they are extremely rare and difficult to replicate, offering collectors a tangible example of a coin that defies ordinary production standards. Scarcity is, of course, a critical factor in the coin's $18 million valuation. While millions of pennies were produced in 1980, only a minuscule fraction exhibit the combination of high-grade preservation and unique errors that make the Mint Mark D variety so valuable. Many coins with defects were lost in circulation, damaged over the decades, or melted down, leaving only a few pristine examples that have survived to the present day. This extreme rarity, combined with historical significance and preservation, makes the 1980 Mint Mark D penny a truly extraordinary collectible. The thrill of discovering such a coin cannot be overstated. Many of these pennies have been found in rolls of circulated coins, inherited collections, or even jars of loose change, often decades after they were originally minted. The notion that a small, overlooked penny could be worth millions is a powerful draw for collectors and adds a sense of excitement and possibility that is unmatched in the world of numismatics. Serious collectors and numismatists study these coins meticulously, often using magnification to examine every detail of the design, lettering, and surface. Slight variations in the alignment of letters, doubling of dates, and differences in Lincoln's bust can determine the rarity and market value of each coin. Even minute differences in weight, thickness, or metal composition can significantly influence desirability, making professional grading and authentication essential for high-value specimens. Auctions and private sales of the 1980 Mint Mark D penny often generate intense interest and competitive bidding. When a verified high-grade example comes to market, collectors are willing to spend millions to secure ownership, both for the coin's financial value and for the prestige associated with possessing one of the rarest pennies in modern American history. The coin's importance extends beyond financial value. It also serves as a historical artifact that demonstrates the complexity and precision of coin production. Each anomaly, whether an off-center strike, double die, die crack, die chip, or planchet flaw, tells a story about the minting process and the conditions under which coins were produced. These imperfections offer collectors insight into the intricacies of minting and provide a tangible connection to the history of American currency. The 1980 mint-marked penny is also a testament to the importance of preservation in numismatics. Collectors often invest in protective holders, controlled storage environments, and careful handling practices to maintain a coin's condition and maximize its value. High-grade examples that have survived decades without damage are exceedingly rare, and their preservation directly impacts market value, turning these coins into highly coveted assets for both collectors and investors. Its story further demonstrates the intersection of history, economics, and artistry. Each coin reflects a snapshot of production techniques, minting challenges, and the delicate balance between human oversight and mechanical precision. Collectors are drawn not only to the coin's monetary value but also to its historical significance and the narrative that each imperfection represents. In addition, the 1980 mint-marked penny illustrates the investment potential of rare coins. Unlike many assets that fluctuate with economic trends, coins with verified provenance, high-grade preservation, and unique anomalies maintain intrinsic historical and collector value. High-profile auctions and private sales demonstrate the robust demand for such coins, attracting investors and enthusiasts who recognize the long-term value of owning a rare and historically significant specimen. Numismatic experts continue to study this coin extensively, analyzing why certain specimens exhibit unique errors, how many examples may still exist, and which coins represent the finest known grades. Each newly discovered coin contributes to the collective understanding of this legendary penny, increasing excitement, interest, and market value. Authentication is crucial for high-value coins such as the 1980 mint-marked penny. The potential for counterfeiting or post-mint alterations makes third-party verification essential. Reputable grading services provide collectors with confidence in the coin's authenticity, condition, and market value, ensuring that genuine specimens are recognized and appropriately valued. Beyond monetary and historical significance, the coin captivates collectors for its aesthetic appeal and uniqueness. It demonstrates how human and mechanical errors can intersect to produce a coin of extraordinary rarity and beauty. Subtle doubling of letters, dramatic off-center strikes, die cracks, die chips, and unusual planchet characteristics all contribute to the coin's allure, making each specimen a fascinating and collectible artifact. The coin's legendary status encourages careful study and preservation, highlighting the importance of protecting high-grade specimens for future generations. Collectors often invest in specialized holders, secure storage, and climate-controlled environments to ensure that these coins remain in pristine condition, preserving both historical and financial value. The 1980 mint-marked penny exemplifies how rarity, human error, and careful preservation can converge to create extraordinary value. Each anomaly contributes to the coin's narrative, emphasizing the excitement, unpredictability, and opportunity inherent in the world of coin collecting. Its $18 million valuation reflects not only scarcity but also historical significance, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery that has made this coin legendary among collectors worldwide.